When it comes to rideshare, is it possible? Is there a such thing, whether driving for Uber or Lyft, as toxic optimism? Let's have a discussion. What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim with another ride-sharing video. I'm assuming most of you folks that watch ride-share content follow Sergio, Show Me the Money, Rideshare Guy. A lot of you folks watch their material. Well, Sergio interviewed an individual. This was the second time he's interviewed this individual, I think in about a year's time, where the guy openly states he accepts all trips. I think he's on the East Coast somewhere. But I want to talk about toxic optimism. Saw it in the comments on his video by yet another rideshare driver, and I think it absolutely applies. Toxic optimism is being optimistic when there really ain't shit to be optimistic about. Here this individual is stating that he takes all trips, and when Sergio questions him on, well, how the hell are you making money? He admits that he makes less now than he did last year, but he's optimistic about it. Doesn't even realize that the algorithm controls us. No, it doesn't control us. You can do whatever the hell you want. Damn it, I don't even know where the hell the passengers are going when I pick them up. You're going to tell me Uber or Lyft does not control the drivers at all? No, you're just free. You can do what you want. Meanwhile, drivers are complaining that they're driving 16, damn near 18 hours a day just to fucking get by. You are being controlled. But I just wanted to bring it up because I know a lot of other drivers probably saw this, and it's really difficult to watch this individual. He's a retired gentleman. He's on the East Coast. I think he said he drives in Charleston or Charlotte, Myrtle Beach area, somewhere out there. But hearing him describe ride sharing from such an optimistic standpoint, suggesting that he gets nothing but quote unquote great trips. I think he said he turned down one or two trips in a span of literally hundreds of trips, suggesting that he gets nothing but great trips. Now, if you've seen the video, I'll try to link it in the description, but my humble opinion is that this gentleman has a retirement income that is sufficient, and he's essentially driving for entertainment or as a pastime for something to do. We all one day will retire, but that doesn't mean you don't get bored. You need something to occupy your time. And that's my guess, is that he's taking these trips to engage with tourists, strangers, folks in the vehicle. A lot of us enjoy driving. That's not an issue. Just got to make the shit profitable. And what he is doing doesn't sound profitable at all. Now, he's suggesting that he only seen an income drop of 4% from this year to last year. Who the hell else could say something like that? Rideshare income has dropped substantially more than that. Many of you folks have seen the Forbes article that was out not long ago that Uber tried to have taken down because it really spilled the beans. It really aired their dirty laundry, and they didn't want that shit out there. Drivers are making a lot less as the years go on. 4%. This driver was trying every single way to come up with something optimistic about ride sharing in areas where ain't shit optimistic to talk about. If you enjoy being able to have lunch anywhere you want at any time you want, that's something optimistic about ride sharing. You don't have a boss over your shoulder all the time. That's something optimistic. You're out in public. You don't have to stare at a computer all day. But lying about the fucking pay and trying to make it sound like you're doing great when I don't think there's any way for any driver to tell what he is saying in his market and have some truth to it. I think that drivers in every market are hurting. How many strikes have we covered? I've been doing rideshare videos about 2 years now. Detroit, Chicago, New York, San Diego just had one, Miami, Charlotte. Some of these cities have had strikes twice, two, three times or more. Boston had one. I think Seattle, before they got their legislation passed, or they're not making good money. Rideshare drivers aren't doing what this guy was talking about. And the reason I'm making a video is because anybody watching that shit particularly new prospective drivers. Maybe you got laid off. Maybe you just simply came to America for the first time. You're looking to potentially become a rideshare driver. You turn on the internet and you watch the biggest content creator right now. I think the rideshare guys or whatever their rideshare, what is the rideshare guy? I think is that channel with Sergio on it. That's the biggest rideshare channel out right now, I think. You watch that shit and you see that motherfucker on there, and I'm gonna make some good money. You go home and tell your immigrant wife, this is what we can do right now to get our foothold in the United States. And you start doing that shit, and you're literally going backwards. You are literally going backwards. What he's saying on that channel, almost on that interview, almost every damn thing he said is a lie for 99.9% of drivers out here. I don't know the man's numbers. He didn't really present them. So I can't necessarily say what he's saying about his own numbers are false. But what I can say is it sounds like bullshit for just about everybody else out here to think that they could do anything near what he's doing. Now, in his defense, I will just say the man is promoting a book. We all monetize our content and things like that on social media. So, there is a benefit on the back end. So maybe this man is trying to sell books, because you've seen Sergio covered the publication he's coming out with, but I would not fuck with that book. If I'm watching this guy online, on social media, on YouTube, saying some bullshit like that, I don't even need to know what's in the fucking book. You don't know what you're talking about, dude. But just like I stated, someone who is new to the game or interested in getting in ride sharing, got a book out. He's on one of the largest content creators' channel. Sergio is challenging him, but not the way I would. So I can understand where a new driver might, maybe we should try this, honey. Let's go ahead and get a car. Let's go out and maybe get an electric vehicle. He's doing okay. He hasn't turned down any trips. It can't be that bad. The fuck it ain't. So I don't, like I said, I got nothing but adoration for Sergio. I enjoyed the content. But that dude got by. And the last time Sergio interviewed him, he even said more bullshit where Sergio pushed back even less. I'll give Sergio a little credit. He pushed back somewhat today, but that guy is harmful to ride sharing, period. He is harmful to ride sharing because he paints a picture as if there really ain't shit to complain about. As he stated, they don't have to pay drivers a livable wage. Hey, when you know they're taking 50, 60, 70% of your damn trips, they're lying to you on every rip, stealing money, past settlements of stealing tips, giving out bad information, not letting you know how they calculate fares, upfront price, and all this bullshit. And he has nothing but a picture that is 100% optimistic. Any content creator that is trying to tell drivers the truth about what it's really like out here should probably not even get at dude airtime, in my opinion. Or if you do, you should be pushing back on virtually everything he said. He damn near needs to have a ticker running at the bottom of the screen correcting all of this shit, just fact checking them. Or a disclaimer, letting folks know 99.9% of drivers are not going to have this. When you see some of these commercials, you can lose weight by using this or taking this medicine, and they got on there, results are not typical. That's what because they letting your ass know, yeah, this dude got a six-pack, but if you do that shit, that ain't likely what's going to happen to you. His whole video should have, the entire time it's up, a sign saying, this is not typical for what a driver earns, feels about the gig, makes out of the gig, or any of that. But let me know in the comments, how many of you folks seen that shit? What's your opinion on it? Am I getting it wrong? Maybe he's right. Maybe a lot of you folks are making a killing, highly optimistic, and you're like, I'm just a negative Nancy. If you think I'm a negative Nancy, state it in the comments. Remember, for you guys who've been around for a while, remember Ronnie Spee, the African-American gentleman bragging that you can make $2,000 per week in ride sharing? I got hammered a few times when I used to criticize him, suggesting that it is difficult as hell in most markets to make $2,000 a week. But he was doing it, and a few other viewers on his program, on his channel, were, I believe, honestly doing it. They may have been damn near driving in their fucking sleep, but they were earning it. It's gotten worse since Ronnie Speed was saying that 6 months, a year ago, to the point where I don't think he's even making videos like that anymore either. But this shit what this dude was talking about with Sergio is far worse than what Ronnie Speed stated, because Sergio asked him all sorts of different aspects of the business, such as, are you making less? Does the algorithm control us as drivers at all? Do you believe they should actually pay us a decent wage? Or how do you feel about their take? He had nothing but positive answers on all of that shit. Positivity is great, but not when it's bullshit. Let your boy know in the comments as always. Subscribe to the damn channel. See you in the next video.